What is going on, everybody? It's Cold Tape, you guys, bringing you by far the rarest variant in Call of Duty World War II. I think it's pretty undisputed that this is the hardest variant to get, just because you need to reach level 20 social score, and we know how hard it is to level up your social score because there really aren't that many different ways of attaining social score. Like, the best way really is opening supply drops around a bunch of people, but I mean, it's not easy to get supply drops, obviously, so therefore getting to level 20 social rank is going to be super duper difficult for you guys. Even on our account that we stream 24/7 for like almost 2 months straight, I think it's only level 14 or 15 social score. So that just goes to show, if you're just playing the hell out of the game, that's not even really enough to get all the way to that point. You really have to just grind the headquarters. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, why is this a $400 variant then? Well, Tasty, not only has he spent $400 on COD points, which personally I don't suggest you guys doing that, because obviously I don't think it's gonna be worth that much money, you know, to get this simple variant. But yeah, he spent $400 on COD points, and he's just been grinding the hell out of the HQ, like, you know, just running around there, standing next to people, trying to get other people to commend him back and stuff like that. So that's been pretty much his main focus since the games came out, and he's still not even maxed all the way. Level 20 is like the highest rank, but you can actually max out 20, if that makes sense, to get the last and final reward, which people are saying it's verification, because I think Michael Condry tweeted that a while ago. But yeah, that just goes to show how difficult it will be for you guys to get this weapon. And to be honest, like, out of all the variants, it's cool that it is a bar, because it is one of the most popular guns. At least, you know, it's not some random LMG or something like that that not a lot of people use. And it actually looks pretty sick, I gotta say. You know, the blacked out with like the gold trim on it, I think it's a pretty cool looking gun. Granted, I'm not saying it's worth $400, but I mean, it's still one of the nicest looking variants in my opinion. And you guys will also see like an insane gameplay by Tasty after this with the chrome camo on it too, so you can see what it looks like without any camo and also with the chrome camo. And as you guys probably know in this game already, all the variants are supposed to be cosmetic only, but there's still some conspiracy theorists that believe that the weapons are low-key stat changing. So I did a little test to see, you know, the difference, or if there is a difference, you know, by shooting at the wall, to see if there's any recoil difference or like sway difference or anything like that. And you guys will see there isn't a difference between these. So no, there's no recoil difference or no sway difference. It's just basically identical as it's supposed to be, so you're not getting any sort of gameplay advantage on anybody with this variant. But one more thing I did want to test myself, just for my own knowledge, is to compare the recoil difference between having grip and not having grip. And you guys will see having grip actually makes a huge difference in terms of the vertical recoil on the bar. And I know some people have said that like grip is useless and stuff like that, but in my opinion, just from looking at this, I think grip is definitely worth it. And we'll get into this gameplay by Tasty right here. This is the class setup he was using. He's got the bar using the infantry division, of course, with the red dot, extended mags, grip, and the Farage basic training, or the forage. I don't know how to say it properly, to be honest, but that basic training just allows you to pick up more ammo and stuff, so you can go on long streaks with that weapon. And surprisingly enough, he got his first V2 with this weapon on Gustav Cannon, which personally I'm not a huge fan of, but for some reason it seems like if you get a really good lobby, just standing on top of the boat is super OP, and you can just slay people out like it's nothing. Unfortunately for me, I don't know why, it's like if I get a good lobby, it seems to be everybody leaves, or it's just super duper slow. But clearly Tasty's able to go in this gameplay. And next up, I just want to talk about and kind of open a conversation with you guys about whether or not you guys think the variants should be stat changing in Call of Duty World War II. And I know there was a bunch of backlash back in Advanced Warfare about the stat changing variants and stuff like that, and I totally understand, like, in terms of competitive, obviously you can't really have that because it's kind of random. But in terms of just public matches, you know, people play public matches just to have fun. It's not supposed to be super competitive, and I personally think having stat changing variants would add a lot to the game and incentivize a lot of people to keep on playing and earn them, whether it be through supply drops or preferably through like challenges and stuff like that as well. Which is one thing I think I forgot to mention earlier, is that this Flyboy 2 variant you can only get through getting social score 20, and I think that's a great thing because it makes it super exclusive. And personally, I was kind of salty, like, when you get to level 1000 in this game, you get absolutely nothing, and I think they should reward the people that are spending a lot of time on the game. But I know adding stat changing variants is probably an unpopular opinion, but I think it just adds a little bit of fun to the game. It mixes things up, and to be honest, like, I wasn't a huge fan of Advanced Warfare, but the variants definitely added a lot of fun to it, and I think that was probably one of the best things about the game. Like, personally, I loved the HBR Insanity. Like, it was just like the best gun ever. It was so fun to use, and I feel like during different points of the game, I always just fell in love with one certain variant. Like, at one point it was the Bal Inferno, then it turned into the Insanity, and then there was some like rare ARX, I think the Hole Puncher or something like that, and it just added a new dynamic to the game. And I know that's not the way to have like a perfect balance in the game or anything like that, but in terms of just having fun and playing kind of casually, like, it definitely was a lot of fun for me personally. And I think if they implemented them correctly, I don't think too many people would be salty. Like I said, if they just added ways for people to actually earn the weapons legitimately rather than just having to pay for them, then I think a lot of people would actually enjoy it. It's just, I think the stat changing variants got a lot of hate in Advanced Warfare because like the only way to get them for a while was to just purchase supply drops. I know later on down the line when they added prestiges or like Grandmaster prestiges, they actually gave you variants through each prestige, which I think was a great idea, because then people can't really complain like, oh, it's not fair, I can never get the steed. Well, it's like, if you prestige this many times, like, you can get it. Like, it is possible, even though obviously you might have to play a lot longer than somebody else to get it, you can still get it some way, guaranteed. Just imagine like how much more hype it would be if you got some like crazy variant at hitting level 1000 or something like that. I don't know, obviously you guys might disagree, you guys might want it just like perfectly balanced how it is now and just not have to worry about more randomness in the game. But personally, after hitting level 1000 and just getting nothing, it kind of demotivated me to play the game anymore. I feel like they need something to spice up this game, whether it's better kill streaks, smaller maps, or even like ground war, you know, a 9v9 playlist, something like that to just spice it up a little bit. Because other than like chrome camo, there's really nothing to super grind for, other than I guess social score technically, but you're not even really playing the game. Like, you don't even earn social score in multiplayer. So maybe they could add some way to actually get more social score by actually playing the game as opposed to just sitting in headquarters all day. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Comment any suggestions you guys think could spice up the game a little bit more, because not only may they add it in this game, you know, later on down the road possibly, I know it's a long shot, but hey, you never know, like, they could add one of your ideas on like Black Ops 4 or something, or one of the later Call of Duty games, because like around this time they're pretty much kind of figuring out like what's going to be in Black Ops 4. Like, you know, they kind of have to make decisions at this point so they can finalize it and kind of fine-tune it. So yeah, I'm interested to hear your guys' ideas. Also, I could have sworn there was something like before the game came out that they mentioned about clans. I know there weren't going to be clan wars like there were previously, but I thought they were supposed to have some sort of feature in the game regarding clans, even if you just got something random like a new outfit or something like that through leveling up your clan. I don't know if I just misheard or it was just like a piece of false information that I saw somewhere, but I could have sworn there was something about clans, and obviously there's nothing in it in the game right now, but I think that could add a lot of fun too. Like, what if they just had like a clan only playlist or something like that where you can play their clans? Like, it just seems like there's so much stuff they could do, and they have done in the past. Like in Advanced Warfare they had clans, I know they had like Beachhead to help them with that or whatever, but it just seems like they're stripping more and more from the game as opposed to adding on to it. I felt the same way in Infinite Warfare, which is why I wasn't a huge fan of that game as well. I feel like the Black Ops series is always pushing the series forward, always adding a little bit of innovation to the games, and I just feel like all these other games are just not doing that. They're just stripping away features at this point. And I know it may seem like I'm complaining a lot, but genuinely, I just want the game to be good. Like, I love Call of Duty. I've been playing since Call of Duty 4. I just want to see the game succeed. I want to have fun playing the game. I want it to be the best game possible. So admittedly, sometimes, you know, I get frustrated. I'll talk down on the game, but ultimately, I just want it to be a good game, you know? And I think that most people that talk trash about the game or say negative things about it want the same. Obviously, you know, there's just some genuine haters out there that just want to see Call of Duty fail, and they're going to pick it apart for that purpose. But personally, I want it to be a good game. I would love for them to add some new stuff to it and make it interesting. Like, it's disappointing. I know, I just thought about it right now. Like, you can kind of see ranked play as sort of a clan thing, but I don't even think you can play in like a 4-man in ranked play. I think the max is 2 right now, and when it came out, it was just 1 person. So even something like that, it is kind of close in that way, but you technically can't even play in a full party. So I don't know, it's really not the same. And we've all seen like how badly ranked play was released, unfortunately. So I don't know, it just blows my mind that like Black Ops 2 had a better system like 4 years ago, or actually I think 5 years ago. So I don't know, man. I know technically you can't like compare them because they're two different developers and stuff like that, but you would think, you know, they could take some things from the old games, especially it's like 5 years ago. But yeah, I'm done ranting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Hopefully you're happy you could see this variant beforehand so you know whether or not it's worth grinding. Make sure you're subscribed because I think Tasty is going to hit max social rank soon, so we'll get to see like what exactly you get from that. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you subscribe like I said. Thank you guys for all watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. That would be awesome and we would appreciate it a ton. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right, see ya.